Hey Kentucky, welcome back. It's time to talk more topics now. And first up, a big change in downtown Lexington. The City Commission of Lexington's Parks and Rec has voted to change the name of Cheapside Park to Henry Tandy Centennial Park. Tandy was born into slavery in 1853, but went on to become the state's richest black man at the turn of the century. The name change now heads to the City Council for approval. Keith, of course, Cheapside was the site of Lexington's slave market, so this name change was a long time coming.
Yeah, and there were still so many people that didn't know the story behind that, even though there was a big sign up there that just to hear Cheapside, let's go down to Cheapside, do this. And so I'm glad that name is getting changed. And it's even better that they found this gentleman to name it after, and Tandy went a long way as a businessman and has earned this chance to have his name put down there.
Now we can say, let's meet at Tandy Park.
Yep.
Well, Governor Beshear's latest travel advisory is making some Kentuckians change their plans amid an uptick in road trips and travel plans around the country. The advisory recommends a 14-day quarantine for Kentuckians traveling to 9 states, including Alabama, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Nevada, South Carolina, and Texas. Some families are shortening and moving up their trips or planning for next year. And Keith, these states are hot spots with at least 15% positive cases. I have not taken one trip outside Kentucky. I would give anything to go to the beach, but at this point, I just feel like there's too much of a risk going into these hotspot areas.
So we did this in June, and it was right when things were opening up and things seemed to be getting better. And we had a nice trip down and back, and things were fine. Now, I wouldn't take this trip either. I would definitely stay home, and I wouldn't go outside of the Kentucky borders.
Right, and this isn't a mandate, it's just a recommendation, but the hope is that people will do that just to be safe. Well, even though the governor's new order limiting group gatherings of 10 people or less does not apply to weddings, it still caused some engaged couples to weigh their options. One wedding planner says clients have asked if they should downsize their already rescheduled weddings or cancel them altogether. But she says even if couples choose to take the governor's new order into consideration, it's still possible to have a safe, socially distanced wedding. Keith, I have a friend who is getting married or planning to get married the weekend after Labor Day in September, but she was diagnosed with cancer. She doesn't want to wait. So, in that case, I say if it's a small wedding, it's safe as long as everybody's following the rules. There are just some extenuating circumstances for some of these couples.
Yeah, well, not only that, I mean, in May, we had the chance to have a wedding for my son and my daughter-in-law, and so we went through a very, very small family-only kind of situation. They were going to have a bigger get-together in November, but now that's even in jeopardy. So, yeah, we're seeing people definitely have to deal with this situation.
They can always have that big party down the road when it's safe, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, police say a Tennessee man stole a car, then took a wrong turn when he drove into Kentucky. Scott Inman of Knoxville is accused of leading police on a chase that crossed over into Whitley County early Wednesday morning. After police damaged the car's tires with spike strips in Williamsburg, Inman ended up turning onto a road that, gets this, leads to the Whitley County Detention Center. So, Keith, it wasn't a short trip to his cell, at least.
Well, we did say he was a volunteer. Yeah, pretty fortunate for the cops that it was an easy haul into the jail system for him. That's just a bad luck move on his part.
Yes, yeah, it really is. Well, tonight's wrap-up is next on Hey Kentucky. Stay with us.